Hey, my name's Izzy. This is Rolling Virtual Cards, coming at you live with another Magic the Gathering video. There's a few other cards that I missed from yesterday that were announced, mainly because they weren't on Scryfall yet, so I thought I'd hit them up quickly here in a quick video. Some of them were released a while back, and they just weren't in that search result for just the Ixalan stuff. First, you got Ian McKellen, K Edition. This is one blue-red for a 2/2 legendary creature human scientist. When a player draws their second card each turn, that player exiles that top card of their library. During each player's turn, that player may cast a spell from among the cards they don't own from exiled. They don't own exiled with Ian Malcolm K Edition. Excuse me. And mana of any type can be spent to cast this. This does a great card. 3-drop for a 2/2. It's chaotic, but not chaotic in a way that ruins the game, per se. You're playing a Hugs deck, you're letting people draw cards. Once they draw their second card each turn, so like if you wheel, or if you play like 2 spells that make people draw, when the player draws their second card each turn, so if you wheel, everyone is going to draw a card, they're going to, they go to draw 1, go to draw 2, exile, and then draw the rest of their hand. And if you play cards that like everyone draw a card, they'll, again, that second time after they draw the second card, they'll all exile a top card, giving you access to 3 cards, giving you card advantage. And then if you run cards from the new Doctor Who set, and then other cards that have been coming out recently, where like in red, where if you cast a spell that's exiled, or if you cast a spell that's not in your hand, not from when you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you get a lot of advantage there that your opponents aren't going to have. So you advantage yourself that way, and then you push yourself into this place of advantage, while also having chaos reign free. So I like it. Plus you're playing Jeff Goldblum, so not bad. Indominus Rex Alpha, 1 hybrid blue-black, green for a 6/6 legendary creature dinosaur mutant. When it enters the battlefield, discard any number of creature cards. It enters the battlefield with a flying counter on it if the card is flying. The same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, hexproof, haste, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance. Note to self: there is no haste counter out there. They never made one. Kind of funny. But when it enters the battlefield, draw a card for each counter on it. I tried to make this CDH viable, running some bad cards that have like 3 different effects on it, and then casting this once you have like 6 card draw. So you cast this card for 5, draw 6 cards. I don't even think it's high power available, unfortunately, because of its costs. Not because it's 5, but because it costs 1 generic and then 4 non-generic, which is so annoying in a 3-color deck. It is. Plus, you don't want to cast it till you draw those cards, and you don't want to play those cards. You want those cards in your hand, so you can do it. If this was like discard or sacrifice, that'd be cool. But it's not. So you run into that issue. This is definitely just your fun intermediate deck where you can kind of control the game and then cast this card once you have like a 3-drop in your hand to get this guy out with like the flying first strike death touch. Or flying, death touch, lifelink. And then you can start swinging at people, which is fun. So I enjoy it. Just don't try to go too far with it. You're not going to get very far. The next card is Welcome To. I did not get the flip side of this. That's no good. I should probably go find that for a second. But Welcome To is 1 and 2 green for a 3-chapter saga. And what it does is Chapter 1, for each opponent, up to 1 target non-creature artifact they control, becomes a 0/4 wall artifact creature with Defender for as long as you control the saga, which is cool. I'm not going to lie on that front. And then from that, you also have, then 2, you create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. It gains haste until end of turn, so it can attack anyone. But the walls can protect you. destroy all walls, exile the saga, return to the battle, transform under your control, which is fun because like the walls are protecting them, and then oh no, someone messed with the walls. It then turns into Jurassic Park, which is why it's welcome to Jurassic Park. Each dinosaur card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to your card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. Tap, add 1 for each dinosaur you control. So if you have like 5 dinosaurs, like this will tap for 1 because you're 1 dinosaur. But if you have 5 dinosaurs, like in any dinosaur deck, you got 5 dinosaurs. This is gonna let you pay 5, and then it's equal to its mana cost. So if you want to play 5 drop, here's my 5 drop. Exile 3 other cards from the graveyard. Very useful for any dinosaur deck. I really like it. Gonna keep that over here in case I need to go grab another card. So next we've got Lord of Atlas. So these are the cards that were announced that are being reprinted in the special, or in the, I guess the extra cards sheets that we're getting now. So Lord of Atlas is 2 drop for 2 Merfolks, get +1/+1 every this is just a good reprint. Definitely a fun reprint. Good for any Merfolk deck in any format. The best reprint we're getting is Monocrypt. This is like a $150, $200 card sometimes. Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Monocrypt does 3 damage to you. Otherwise, tap, add 2 colorless. It's a 0 drop. It's great. It's fantastic. Deck should run it if they can. Next, we've got some cards from the Commander sets. This is one of the Commanders. The next 4 are the Commanders. So, Clavellino, First to the Blessed. My Spanish is rusty, sorry. 1 white-black for a 2/2 legendary creature, vampire cleric. When you attack, target attacking vampire that isn't a demon becomes a demon in addition to its other types. It gains when this creature dies, draw a card and create a tapped 4/3 white and black vampire. Demon creature token with black. I like this. This is just a straight up vampire commander that turns your vampires into demons when you attack. You don't have to attack with him. I like how they're not making your commander attack. And then all of a sudden, like, it just gains this cool ability. Your cards gain this ability. Oh, it died. Cool. I'm going to draw a card and make it tapped 4/3 with flying. Like, I like that. I like making this tap 4/3 with flying. I like hitting my opponent. It's interesting. I think, like, swarm the field with vampires could be good. Next is Admiral Brass, Unskinnable. I love that we're getting another Admiral Brass. You can see times past because of they look a little older. They're holding their hat this time. But I love this one. I love this one so much more than the last one. So much better. 2 blue, black, red for a 3/3 human legendary creature, human pirate. When it enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. Right off the bat, I love when when things do things on ETB. Now, at the beginning of combat in your turn, you may return target pirate creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It has base power and toughness 4/4, and it gains haste until end of turn. I love the idea of finality counters because they're a way to keep, like, you don't have to exile it at the end of your turn. You keep it on the field, but when it goes away, it's exiled. But you're getting a pirate from your graveyard for free. Doesn't matter how big they are, it's on the field. Its base power is 4/4. A lot of your pirates are going to get bigger. There's a lot of good pirates. This might be a possible tribal CEDH deck. I want to see lots of good pirates out there. It's kind of slow because it's once his turn, but it is on your turn. Like the first one, you're going to get a pirate. They do gain haste. I like it. You get a 4/4, swing with it. I like that. This is just such a fun card. For all the reasons. Blue has so many ways to draw cards off yourself attacking. Pirates are such a fun thing. I did not like the previous Admiral Brass because I don't like stealing stuff. And this one's not stealing stuff, so I love it. Next one is Hackbow, the Surging Soul. 2 green, blue for a 3/3 legendary creature, Merfolk Scout. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each Merfolk creature you control explores. So each one explores. That's insane. Go to combat. I got 10 Merfolks. That's easy to get. Ask any Merfolk player and EDH. Let's explore 10 times. Again, if it's a non-land, you can just keep it there and give them all +1/+1 counters. And if you got ways to double it, more. If it's a land, put it into hand. Now, when it attacks, yeah, because it includes itself that it explores, but when it attacks, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield if you don't draw a card. So you can explore, get lands. Like, what's cool is the way this is going to work, most likely, is you have 5. Let's say you have 5 Merfolk, including it, right? Reveal, oh, it's a land. Land, not land. Give them buffs, keep it on top. If you need it, otherwise you can get rid of it. And then it attacks, and either I can put a land or draw a card. Ramp, draw, other draw technically with lands, card selection, getting stuff bigger. This card does everything, and I love that they're doing that so much. Such a good Merfolk commander. I honestly, before we get to that one, I really think this is like, whereas like this one's not the vampire commander because Marco still exists. This is very fun if you don't want red and you don't want to play Marco. I think that's his name. Admiral, this is the pirate commander, period. End of story. We're not talking about it anymore. I love this. Everything about it. This is arguably one of the best, if not the best, Merfolk commander at this point. Card draw, ramp, more card draw, buffing. Wants you to swarm the field with Merfolks. This is the best Merfolk commander at this point. Don't at me. Pantalaza, sun favored. 2 red, green, white for a 4/4 legendary creature dinosaur. When Pantalaza, sun favored, or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is the creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. So you exile cards. So this is Cascade, where this is an ETB Cascade. Equal to the X, and the X being its toughness. So you play, you're only getting it once each turn, but if you play a creature like an X5, you go till you hit a 5 or less card and you cast it. Which is fun. You cannot infinitely go, but it's a fun way to do dinosaurs. This is a dinosaur deck. Play my X5, go until I hit, oh look, here's my 5 drop. It's doesn't matter what it is. It's a cool 5-drop dinosaur. Next turn, do it again. You want to do it fun? Do this only once each turn. Cool. Let's give everything flash. Cool, now I'm going to summon dinosaurs on your guys' turn. Give them flash and the deck becomes better. I love it. Next is Underworld Breach. This is another reprint. I absolutely love that we're getting Underworld Breach reprint, and I love the art here. It is still from the other set, which is cool. But it almost looks like this is one of the that might be an Omen Path, or it's just the Titan coming out. It's showing the Titans coming out, which is cool. Thrasios Titan Heroes getting a reprint. I like that. Great partner commander. Love the art. A Star Compass. Another fun reprint. Star Compass into tap. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana base. Expedition Map's getting... actually, Expedition Map is in... Is it the Commander set symbol? Yeah, it's the Commander set. Okay, one of them is getting Expedition Map, which is probably going to be the land deck. One of the Chalice of the Void's coming in one of the Commander sets is getting it. Yeah, okay. One of the Commander decks is getting Chalice of the Void. That's great. What commander is getting Chalice? That's gross. Give it Chalice of Void to Commander deck. What the heck? Okay. That's what the price of a mint is already. Malcolm Kenai Navigator is getting reprinted. I like the new Malcolm. As you see in the last, if you watch the last one. Bridge from Below is banned in Modern, but when 3 black, whenever a non-token creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from the Below is in your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature. When a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from the Below is in your graveyard, exile Bridge from the Below. It's good in like specific things. I don't know if it's ran, vintage, and legacy. I could see. It's not really ran in Commander. Calamax, the Storm Sire, is getting reprinted. I like the art. It's cool. Good commander. Arcane Signet's going to be in one of the decks, probably all the decks. Amulet of Vigor is going to be in one of the decks, and that's probably, I would assume, the vampires to make them come in untapped. Mayhaps. Life Finds a Way, because now we get to some of the Jurassic Park cards that are announced today. 2 and a green for an enchantment. When a non-token creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, populate. I love this. Everything about this is great. Populate. When a non-token creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield. So if you can make tokens, you just pay your big creatures, boom, you get a token. Boom, you get another token. Boom, you get another token. This is great for any token deck that's 4 or greater. I love it. Command Tower, but in the Jurassic Park art, I love it. Ravenous Tyrannosaurus. 4 red green for a 6/6 dinosaur with Devour 3. Enters the battlefield sacrificing other creatures. This creature enters battle with 3 times that many 1/1 counters on it for each of those creatures. So if you sacrifice 5, it comes in with 15 1/1 counters. When it attacks, it deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 other target creature. Excess damage dealt that way to that creature's controller instead. It deals damage equal to its... Okay, so if you put like 15 counters by sacrificing 3 things... Sorry, by sacrificing 5 creatures. It's a 21. So it attacks. You do 21 damage to a creature. If it's a 1-drop, you're going to deal 20 damage to that opponent's face. And if that was the only creature, you're going to deal another 21 damage to their face. I like it. That's a great finisher in a token deck. Ellie and Alan, Paleontologists. This is a cool legend here. Let's check it out. 2 green, white, blue for a 2/5 human scientist. Tap, exile creature card from your graveyard. Discover X, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. I enjoy this. You can tap and untap it enough times. So, but if you exile 1-drop, you go till you get a 1-drop or less. If you exile a 10-drop, though, go until you get another 10-drop. This is good. This is a strong commander. It does come down and do nothing, and you have to get to your next turn, so I don't love it for CDH, although you're in the colors to protect it. But yeah, being able to drop a... like this, casually, this is fun. Mill yourself. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Devour X, where X. Discover X, where X is mono. Yeah. Exile a 5-drop creature. Go find a 5 or less drop card. I like it. I think it's a fun commander, honestly. I'll build it. Dino DNA is a 1-drop artifact with imprint. Pay 1, tap, exile target creature card from a graveyard. Activate only as a sorcery. Pay 6. Create a token that's a copy of target creature card. Exile the Dino DNA. Except it's a 6/6 green dinosaur creature token with trample. Activate only as a sorcery. This is strong. Be wary of seeing this card show up in commander decks. 1-drop. Next 1-drop, exiles target creature card from a graveyard. Any graveyard. So that's graveyard hate. You can imprint multiple here. It's not limiting you. Create a token that's a copy of target creature card exiled with Dino DNA. Except it's 6/6 green dinosaur creature token, for example. Yes, it costs 6, but that is a mana sink in your deck. You can that's still a turn 1 play. Does stuff. And sure, you can make 6/6 copies of creatures that have your that have good ETBs on your side, but you can also exile your opponent's stuff and get good ETB effects with them or good attack effects. And this is a 6/6 with trample. Like, everything about Dino DNA screams this is the best card of the set. I love it. I love everything about this. This is probably one of the best cards in Commander. You might even see it in CDH. Just as a way to get rid of people's graveyard creatures and then just make them yourself in a good control deck. Indoraptor, the perfect hybrid. 1 black-green hybrid red. 3/1 dinosaur mutant. Bloodthirst X. This creature enters the battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it, where X is the damage dealt to your opponents this turn. Okay, so if you dealt 5 damage to your opponent, it's going to come in with 5/1/1 counters. That's cool. Deal 12 damage to your opponents, 10 damage, a lot of damage, to your opponents. Okay, so this is cool. This is one of those if you can go like each opponent takes 10 damage, that's going to be 30 damage, and it's going to come in as a 33, 31. So you want to get it to like at least with menace to like at least 21, which would be 18. So if you can deal 6 damage to each opponent and cast it, boom. With menace, so it can hit. Enrage. When Indoraptor, the perfect hybrid, is dealt damage, choose an opponent at random. Indoraptor deals damage equal to its power to that player, unless they sacrifice a non-token creature. So they're going to sacrifice a non-token creature. You're going to be dealing too much damage with this card. I love this. I love it. I know some people are going to be mad because the Indoraptor, I believe, is from Jurassic World Part 2, whatever that movie is called. But I enjoy this. I think it's a great commander. It fits so well. I understand because if it's Bloodthirst. I like it. This is supposed to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex mixed with the Raptor. That's why it's an Indoraptor. Indominus Rex mixed with a Raptor. So it's more aggressive and stuff. Yeah, I like this commander. It's very aggressive. Bone Horde Dracosaur is a dinosaur dragon. This is from the actual set that was released. Again, it hasn't made it to Skyfall. 3 and 2 red for a 5/5 dinosaur dragon. Flying, first strike. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land card this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exile a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. This is great. This is great. This is great. Dinosaur decks, dragon decks, just red decks. This does stuff. After a loop. But after that loop, you have a 5/5 with flying first strike that's going to deal damage, and you just exile the top 2 cards, so it's card advantage. And then you're going to get 3/1s and treasures. Or 2 3/1s or 2 treasures. It's great. This card's fantastic. They're making these 5 and higher cards worth playing again. Bringer of the Last Gift. 6 and 2 black for a 6/6 vampire demon. Love the art. Flying. When the Bringer of the Last Gift enters the battlefield, if you cast it, each player sacrifices all other creatures they control. Then each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard that weren't put there this way to the battle. Okay, this is from the grave. I forget the name. It's the from the grave card, but on a creature, and it's other, so you keep the 6/6. Yeah, this is great. Living Death. That's what it's called. This is just a Living Death card. Yeah, no, play it. Play it in any graveyard deck. Absolutely fantastic. Cast it for 8. And just keep the 6/6 with flyer and get all the other stuff. Great card in a graveyard deck, in a Living Death deck as a secondary place. Don't move. 3 and 2 red, 3 and 2 white for a sorcery. Destroy all tapped creatures until your next turn. Whenever a creature becomes tapped, destroy it. That's funny. That's flavorful. That's flavorful. That's funny. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good card, guys. I'd run it. It's a 5-drop board wipe that says, hey, you got that hasty bar there? Or that non-tapped creature? Don't tap. Don't move. Keep absolutely still. Its vision is based on movement. That's a lie, by the way. Campy Swarm. 1 black ring for a 2/2 dinosaur. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, create a token. Create a tap token. That's a copy of Campy Swarm. I love it. I love it so much. There's no reason for it to fear, man. I love it so much. This is hilarious. Literally hilarious. This card. Here's what you're doing with this guy, guys. You're going. Here's my Campy Swarm. It's a 2/2. I'm gonna sacrifice this guy. Oh, look, I get another 2/2. Next turn, sacrifice the guy. Boom, 2 more 2/2s. The next turn, 8. I got 8 2/2s now. Pass. Oh, look, now I got 16 2/2s. And that's the next turn I sacrifice a creature. Oh, look. That's 16 2/2s. No, it's not 16 no more. It's 32. Oh, 64. Well, 128. Like, it's fun. I love cards that do stuff like this. They're always fun for me. And the last card shown off was shown off for via Magic Arena, which is why it has the Magic Arena look. Poison Dart Frog is a 1 and a green for a 1/1 frog. I love frogs. Another frog card for the frog deck. Reach. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 2. Poison Dart Frog gains death touch until end turn. I enjoy it. It's a fun card. But those are the new cards that were announced that I missed the other day. Anything else that comes out, I will make another video on it and show it off. Hope you all have a lovely day. Peace.